So the first question is all this actually real time? Alex.
Yes. So I'm going to say that for like 80% of the trailer, it looks suitably easily done in real time on the current gen consoles. And the reason for that is there's like a certain level of this. And I think Oliver went through this. You described this after you watch the trailer, and then you watch it again and you start realizing things. Where like the first time you watch the trailer, like the first giveaway that it is real time is like just breakup in the image quality. And it's usually seen around hair in the trailer. And that's always, hair is obviously really hard to render. It's detail that's smaller than a pixel, and it has aliasing in it. And when the characters move in the trailer, there's a variety of scenes where characters turn around. Those like characters with longer hair, for example, you can see it really easily. You can sometimes see it in like eyelashes and things like that. It's just like general breakup of image quality. And then like there's the second layer where you go back and you watch again. You're like, wait a minute. I mean, it is a 4K 30 video on YouTube, and YouTube, you know, has issues. It's not perfect, but there are some shots in the trailer. Like there's a shot where the camera swoops over those bridges that connects Florida to the, I think it's the Florida Keys, those really long bridges. Weren't they in the movie True Lies? Am I mixing up movies?
Oh, Alex, they're
right
also
now?
in real life. I just want to tell you.
They're also in real life, but it was also part of the James Cameron cinematic universe.
Oh, yeah.
And that shot there, I just looked at it. I was like, this doesn't look 4K to me.
No.
And then I thought about GTA 5, and I remember when we covered that, I covered the initial thing of it adding shadows, and Oliver covered it again when they added in ray traced reflections.
Yep.
And it seems like they're doing like internal res and then FSR, right? 1 up to native, up to output or something like that.
It definitely did have that FSR1 look, weirdly enough. It may not actually be FSR1. It could just be some sort of contrast adaptive sharpening with basic bilinear, you know, upscale, right?
Which would look similar.
Which would look pretty similar anyway. It's just a spatial upscaler.
So the thing is, like, the trailer doesn't have like that pixel, pristine 4K look to it. It looks sub native 4K, and obviously 4K is incredible. Sub resolutions can also still look good. The trailer still looks good in spite of that. But then there's this like tertiary layer. You go deeper. You stop the camera. You start counting pixels. There's a shot here when this woman turns around. This is the most pathetic pixel count I've probably done at Digital Foundry, where she turns around and on the lace of her top, you can see a 7 out of 10 stair step, or 6.5 stair step out of 10, which implies around 1440p. But then at the end of the trailer, there is a really great shot of the two presumably main characters in this game.
I assume so, yeah.
Whatever. And they bust down the door to this gas station convenience store, whatever. And on the very top, as they go through the door, you can see that there's actually a very obvious pixel, you know, stair step there. And if you count that, it's a long one. It's 40 pixels. I'd counted a 40 pixels thing, count there, sample. And it's 26 out of 40, which is a little below 1440p. Could be 27. It could be, you know, like actually be real 1440p since it's so imprecise there, the number I gave. But it's like sub-native, sub 4K, 1440p. Target seems to be 30 FPS based upon the trailer. These all seem very realistic to me. So I'd say like a lot of the trailer actually looks suitably real time.
Well, you say a lot, but I think everyone, Oliver, you also noticed as well, is that there's those scenes where they sort of simulate the phone, where it's the vertical video kind of TikTok-y style presentation, which actually fits really well with where GTA would presumably go. It's been 10 years since GTA 5, and it's interesting to see them integrate what has become cultural norms into the game. But those may not have been real time, you guys think, Oliver?
Yeah, I think they just look quite pristine. And just
they
have
could
none
just
of
be
those...
heavily post-processed, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They kind of blur them intentionally. If you apply a nice Gaussian blur and some, you know, chromatic aberration to it, it can look kind of rendered. But
yeah, I think it also, due to the way the motion blur looked, it reminded me a lot of, you know, like those sequences in Cyberpunk where they have like the news cameras on like playing on like, you know, like in the background on like televisions, and they show little snippets of the world there. It reminded me of the quality of that, where like
Good call.
like
Good call.
if you render out a video of a game like an Unreal Engine, you can have like perfect like motion blur sampling and all these things.
Right,
That's what it
right,
reminded me of.